Evening guys, quick update here on our demo layout. We're just wiring up the last module with the Fleischmann turntable. That's all wired to the DTC. That's all ready for control. I'm just wiring up a TM44 here. So you got block 1 here. There's an outside track here. That'll be block 1 of this module. Now we're just about to wire in this next module here. So the white wire is our return and the purple is the feedback. So just got to run all these down through the ducting. I really like this stuff. It just makes everything nice and tidy. So that's there. Run it down, cut it off. Now, I don't know if you've seen these, I expect you have. Lots of different makes of them. These are some from DCC Concepts. Actually, they are made extremely well. I've been using these now since my other pair wore out. I think these are excellent. This blue thing here, you can adjust to different lengths to set how much wire you want to cut off. So basically what you do, I don't know if I'll be able to do this with one hand, but we'll give it a go because I like a challenge. So we have a wire. You push that up to the stop. You let go, it strips it off. Now, obviously doing this with one hand, I would generally left the insulation on the end and then twisted it to create a nice contact. But with one hand, that's impossible. Okay, so this is the first feedback in this block. And the type of connectors that are in here, anyway, there's no point in twisting that really because they squish it flat across all the contacts. So I'll stick that in there. Have I opened it up? No, I haven't. Okay, so he's open. And the wire drops in. And we tighten it up. There we go, so that's 2. Now we've got, so this is the first feedback. There's going to be an isolated rail. And then this wire is the next one. So he then comes down through in the ducting. And then cut it off and wire it in. So this one TM4 controls 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. With Dynamo, the way this system works is there's short circuit protection blocks to any block. So if you get a short here, so say this one's connected to block 1 and 2, you get the short there, but these 2 are still live, so the train's running in those areas will continue. You then release the problem, auto resets, and it carries on. 2 amps worth of power per block. Analog and digital running because they're isolated blocks. So this is why we have a white return wire block to block, because these are totally isolated each block. You can address each board. So the more TM44s you have on your layout, we've got 6 on this one. It needs to know which, the computer needs to know which board it's talking to. So you set the address on these DIN switches. We've then got Ethernet connection here. This is what chain links all of the modules, the TM44s, the OC32s, the RMU in the Dynamo system all together. Really like that. And we've actually, on the demo layout, I haven't done it on this board yet, but we'll cut out a hole here and I will put in a socket there with one Ethernet cable, Ethernet socket, so there'll be a cable running from here to there, and then this then loops onto the next board next door and joins them all up via Ethernet. The other socket I put in is just a power socket, so we're running 15 volts track power, 12 volts for accessory decoder, and 7.5 volt power supply as well, for running accessories, servos, whatever lower voltage we want. So across the whole layout I can get hold of different types of voltage and amps. This is the way I've designed it, the way we're putting this together. The turntable unit actually has its own power supply, so that's what I haven't connected here yet, but that's a 15 volt DC stable power. That will be going in later tomorrow. Then we have here a board with 8 relays. What that allows us to do is the turntable sidings, rather than have a block on a TM44 to do each individual siding, I'm going to have one feed from the TM44 feeding it, and then as the turntable turns, it turns on the power to the block which it's driving to. So the downside of this, if you've got a digital loco and you want it standing on the siding whilst it's just sat there, there is no power because it's using it to power one of the other blocks, and you can see the blocks along here. So these are the blocks which I'll be using. I think we're only going to be using 4 of them. So on the turntable area there'll be 4 that are controlled by this and 2 that are controlled by TM44s. So I'm using it for the best of both worlds. Another solution, if you had a storage sidings or something like that, you could use 8. This could run 8 storage sidings, and then yeah, be ideal for that. Anyway, it's just a quick update of what we're doing. This will be going out very soon. The rest of the layout is running. It's just this end to finish off.